Welcome to the Marketing Intern Spotlight. A marketing intern is a listener who's spreading our message authentically. Hear their story, their passion, and their journey. Enjoy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
How's the audio sound in your headphones?
Yeah, it's good.
Too loud, too quiet?
Yeah.
Are we going now?
Yeah,
No,
this is.
We don't have to go right away.
Yeah, we can go whenever you want. We can start when you want to start.
Just start it up. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Oh, there we go. Oh, we can start now.
Oh, we can start. Thank you.
I'm going to let you guys start.
Okay.
All right.
No, well, this is your podcast, so you can start.
What's up, what the fuckers?
Ooh.
What the fuck buddies? Lock the gates, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Fellas. It's just the fellas in here today.
Just my dudes.
Usually I just go with how you folks doing, but that was much purer. I feel like that really
No one's
resonates
done
with
that
us.
one before.
No.
What's up, what the fuckers? That's an original.
That's
Yeah.
a Tommy Bear special.
That's a Tommy Bear original intro.
How's that been working for you? Did a lot of people respond well to that? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they love me.
Okay.
Yeah, every job interview, I'm like, what's up, what the fuckers? I'm Mark Maron, bitch. That's what I tell people. It's working great. For
That's
me.
good.
Yeah.
Have you ever showed up in a place where you say that and it was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that, like at a nursery home or something?
Yeah, I broke into Mark Maron's house and I said that to him, and it was a lot of problems happen. So yeah, me and Maron, we have a restraining order, long, weird relationship.
Really?
He respects you. I'm guessing.
He respects me a lot.
Mhm.
But yeah, just like a lot of disagreements. I'm like, I came up with that first, and he's like, no, I came up with it first. I don't know. We're gonna settle it on the pod. That's all I can really say about it now, though.
Yeah, we'll have him on in the future, and he'll refute all your points.
Yeah.
It'll be a whole thing.
It'll be a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I don't know entirely who Mark Maron is?
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
I mean, what? And no, actually, it's probably good. That's a way pure life to live.
Really?
Yeah.
Andy, do you know who he is?
Yeah, Mark Maron has like one of the best podcasts. Like he's got like.
Are you doing a bit? Are you serious?
I don't know. I literally don't know.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's been doing it like longer than Joe Rogan has.
That's fucking so great, man. It's so pure.
I've been doing podcasting for almost 3 years, and I have no idea who the guy,
Dude,
father of
That's
podcast.
fucking great, man. That's the best thing I've ever heard. I don't fucking know who Mark Maron is. Yeah, of course. I wish I could be you.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like that just is wonderful.
Are you saying you would be a better person if you didn't know
I think
who...
I would be a better person if I had no idea who Mark Maron is.
All right, we'll quote that and send it to him. What does he do? Like, what's his podcast about?
It's just fun to make fun of,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like the first one,
Okay.
It's like the big first, comedy podcast.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He's a stand-up comedian and he's an actor.
God damn, I can't believe you've been doing comedy for a year, and this rules, dude. Yeah.
He's stuck in Crystalia, Brendan Schaub, and
Theo Von.
Von,
Brendan, or we already said Brendan Schaub.
Brian Callen.
Joe Rogan. I'm stuck there.
Yeah.
When you called
All the
me-
daddies.
all the daddies.
all the big daddies, all the kings. Yeah.
I think you had called me, God, who's that like Italian dude?
Oh yeah, you were doing Sebastian on stage. So you're a year into comedy, right? And
Yeah.
we all every comic does it. Every comic like impersonates or goes through. Are you a Sebastian fan?
Maniscalco. Well, after you said that,
Oh, but like, were you a big fan of his before?
no.
That's really interesting because when you get into comedy, you really start liking people and stuff like that. And where are you from?
Denver.
Denver?
Sebastian's from near my hometown.
You Jersey?
No, I'm pretty sure he's from the suburbs of Chicago. No?
Sebastian?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's Jersey.
Okay.
Or maybe he's just so Italian that it's just Jersey. If you're that Italian, you're just from Jersey, That could also be it.
That could play.
But are you're from the suburbs? Okay, Declan's just the whitest name, and I assume you're from the suburbs.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right. So he's at Sisyphus, and he's on stage, and he's just like, "So I'm back with my mother," and she's like, "Declan, you gotta do your laundry," and I'm like, he's not Italian. Is he Italian? And I'm like, Mom, come on, and I'm like over exaggerating a little bit, but I'm just like, this guy's fucking doing Sebastian. It was so funny, but you weren't even a big fan.
Well, the thing you need to know about Declan is he assimilates to the most recent person he's interacted with.
It's true.
He immediately becomes that person.
Yeah.
Vocabulary wise, like he'll stay himself with.
He's like a social chameleon.
Yes.
You know.
And the way his twang will immediately change to whoever he previously interacted with.
Yeah.
This is all true.
Yeah, he interviews famous Dave, and he's just like, I don't do stairs.
I don't do stairs
he's
anymore.
telling everyone. That's inside joke before the pod started.
Only barbecue.
Yeah.
God. No,
Yeah.
that's true.
You met one Italian man, and you're just on stage, and you're like, these fucking, you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly right. It's kind of true. Like, I need to really stop listening to like Chris D'Elia's podcast because that has just put me in a tailspin for the last like 3 months. And all I'm saying is like, oh, dude, what are we doing here? Like, what the fuck?
It's just a terrible impression.
That's literally what he does. He just
Yeah.
says dude a ton.
Yeah.
And gets angry and makes fun of everything. And it's like, I don't know if that's my
and you're
my
like,
vibe.
and you're just like, this is a 40-year-old man. You know, whenever I see his clips, I'm like, this guy's 40. And he's like, dude, these fucking Instagram chicks. I'm like, dude, get a family. You know, like, you're 40 right now.
He's 40 and he's divorced.
Yeah.
Chris D'Elia's divorced.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's he married to?
He was married for like 8 years.
He got married young. Do you guys have friends getting married young?
We have friends that are getting married right now. Yeah.
How old are you?
23 as well.
23. We're all 23.
Yep.
God, you both. You look like you're 29. Going on or 32. We kind of look 23. I'm just a child.
You are a child.
I look like a fucking child.
Dude, you have an Instagram?
This is embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing because, well, can you grow a stash?
No, dude, I was thinking about this. I'm starting to grow facial hair like here. Like I have to shave like once every like 3 or 4 days. It's great. It's like 12 pubes, you know, just right on my face. But like I look young now, but I'm not gonna have like a transitioning period. Like I'm not gonna like. It's gonna be like young boy, and then one day I'm gonna look like a pedophile. Like I'm gonna lose all my hair and have like a weird mustache. There's gonna be like no in between like man state. It's just like kid to pedophile. Like that's what I feel like.
You'll get the saggy brow right underneath your eyelids.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Some weird wrinkles, and for some reason your teeth will be yellow. I mean,
Yeah.
you probably don't smoke cigarettes, but it'll just hit you.
I quit cigarettes,
Yeah.
or I'm trying to quit cigarettes, but I'm just coffee, and it's gonna be a fucking mess.
It'll smack you in the face one day.
I'm gonna have skinny arms and a beer belly. It's gonna rule.
And you're gonna have back hair out of nowhere before you could like.
I'm gonna get hair in weird spots.
Yeah, before you actually like have some serious like back muscles combo with like the nice 5 o'clock shadow. Like I just don't know if like Terminator Tommy's ever gonna happen.
No. There's never. Yeah, I was thinking like when you're like 12 and you think about like 23-year-old or just like you like when you're just like a middle school like thinking about yourself as like a man I definitely did not think at like 23 I'd still be going through puberty. You know what I mean? Like I was like, when is this gonna fucking stop?
Oh, and then your mother's just still talking to you like, "Hey, do we need to get you larger pants?"
Yeah.
No, I think I'm done.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That was like my mom for the longest time. She was like projecting my growth, and then I never really filled into those pants, really, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then I ended up really just selling all my clothes because I was like, I don't fit in an XL.
Yeah.
I've been a large my whole life and I had no idea. Simple as that.
Yeah, simple as that.
Unbelievable. Well, hey, welcome to the podcast.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
guys.
absolutely. It's been a long time coming. I was telling Andrew when I got into stand up like almost a year ago, pretty much.
Yeah.
Not knowing Sebastian Maniscalco, not knowing a lot of different people. I knew you.
Yeah.
And it was actually really fun. You were one of the first comics where I was like, this guy looks so young and just plays so well into it. Like,
Yeah.
you play into that.
I was playing it a lot like a year ago, and the past year I'm stopping because it doesn't last, or it's easy. You know what I mean? And so I've been like really like weaning off that. I think.
In what way?
It's just like. Like maybe I'll just like if I'm doing like a feature set, like if I'm doing a half hour, just like maybe like 1 or 2 jokes up top, and then like other material.
Okay.
And you're talking like your appearance wise, like you feel like it's too surface, too not really get into anything.
It's not. I realized because I started when I was like 9. I hit puberty at like 16. I looked criminally young from like 16 to like 19. I kind of started comedy at like 19. So it was like an easy like way to be like, I know, like I get it. You know what I mean? And like I realized I could get laughs right away. But at like 23 now, it's like it's fine. People are like, you're
because you're older in heart, dude. I mean, you look young.
Yeah, I guess, but it's just like it's more. What basically do what makes you laugh and do what's fun, and it's more fun to not do that as much. Is basically it.
Right on.
But like a year ago, like I was like still doing.
I just thought it was hilarious.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Blatantly, that's what I thought. And
yeah.
Then, but I mean, getting to know you a little bit more through the last year, just seeing you at open mics and stuff, it's been fun to see your growth, man. I mean,
oh, thanks.
You're doing freaking full sets and stuff now. I mean, you were opening for Leicester not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
I think that was a long time ago, but either way.
Yeah, I've opened up for Leicester, a few times.
A handful of times. But you said you started when you were 19?
Yeah, I did a set when I was 18, when I was like a senior in high school, and then like I went to college for a year, and at Winona, and just kind of got into I kind of started really comedy at like 19, so it was like a year. I did like one open mic at 18, and whatever, fine or whatever, and then got into comedy at like 19 in like my dorm in Winona, and
because the comedy scene was huge down there.
It's really taken off.
It's really taken off. Yeah, you laid some heavy grass roots.
I really like laid the foundation of the comedy scene there. Is really blowing up. Then, no, I was doing like, I would go do Goonies in Rochester. So in Winona, I would like, so that was like kind of my next few sets when I was like, 9. So I would, my buddy had a car, and he'd let me use it if I like filled up the gas and like paid him. So I would like whatever gas was in there, I would drive to La Crosse, Wisconsin, and donate plasma, and get like $80 cash, and then like buy like cigarettes and booze, and then just like chain smoke to Rochester, and then like do like bomb at the open. I ended up getting so sick because I kept donating my plasma and like chain smoking cigarettes. I didn't know you needed plasma in your body. Like, I just found out about plasma, and people were like, yeah, if you give your I was like, I don't even know about this plasma shit, dude. Like, I'll give it all away.
Yeah, Doug, what is plasma? Do you know?
I know it's in your blood.
Okay.
I know they, like, extract it, they throw it around in this little machine, and then they put your blood back in without the plasma.
Yeah,
right?
I was a heavy plasma donor.
For the quick buck.
You're plasma deficient right now.
Yeah, I started getting super sick because I kept, like, drinking and smoking and, like, donating my plasma.
You were getting feeble.
And I weighed, like, 100, maybe 30 pounds at the time, maybe 125. And I'm giving away all my plasma.
That's insane.
It was,
the nurse is just like, all right, Tommy, it's time for you to
keep
your plasma this time.
Yeah.
We're going to give you the plasma now.
Yeah, they're like, no, this is actually for people who look like you, actually. This whole plasma organization is for people who look sick. You look sick, you know?
That's crazy. So what was, like, why did you want to get into comedy to begin with?
I had, like, nothing going on. I know it's like a dumb answer, but like
hey.
I was pretty good at it, and I was like,
yeah, you were listening to Mark Maron. You were like,
I was listening to Mark Maron, and I was like, I gotta take this fucking piece of shit down, Maron. If you're fucking listening to this, I'm coming for your head, dude.
and then you're just like ready to roll.
No, I wasn't even like listening to the podcast. I'm not great at school, and like, I don't know. I like no talents, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll just do this, you know. I'm pretty fun. Like, I'm kind of funny in person, and I was like, I'll ride this out. And then I, really liked it. Yeah.
I like that.
That was it. I didn't have shit going on, you know.
There you go. I mean, that's how you start something you want to do, is when you can wake up and have absolutely a clean slate.
I was like, I need a thing. I think it was like something I always kind of wanted to do. You don't really know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just like, yeah, there's no like guideline. Podcasting has kind of helped that a lot. It's kind of like set up like this like guideline to how to like start comedy, you know, which is also, I think, one reason why podcasting is ruining comedy too. It's like the best thing for comedy and the worst thing for comedy.
Why do you say that?
Because when you talk to people now, and it's like when you start comedy, they're like, well, I got in the it's why comedy's like blown up. It's why it's like
Sure.
the biggest thing. Like before podcasting and before I started comedy, like say you started comedy in like 2010, you know, before like the boom in podcasting. If you talk to like open micers, like why do you start comedy? They're just weirdos. Like everyone was just a weird ass fucking person who had nothing going on. So they like are at open mic comedy, like, you know, these are the weirdest people. And it like now podcasting's made comedy cool too. So that's like another thing. But it's also like made people have livings, you know what I mean? And you don't need to be on TV and shit like that. So it's like the best thing and worst thing.
I would also say for, you know, acts or different guys, like I would say Theo Von, who has like such a distinct act and voice.
Yeah.
For him, or I would say him, like maybe a Segura or Bill Burr, like those guys can just be themselves on their podcast.
Yeah.
Still get paid for it and be entertaining.
Yeah, and they don't have to go through the industry anymore. But also, but also like everyone, like, but also there's like so many. It's just like blown up. There's a huge bubble in comedy, and we are on the wrong side of it. You know what I mean? So it's fantastic for like a lot of comedians, and they don't have to go through the industry. But it's like, I mean, like the CCU mic, which I run sometimes
on Fridays.
Yeah, there's about
at 10:30 p.m. and you should go. It's a good time.
yeah, 10:30, 10:15 it's really fun. It's one of the best mics in the city. You know, top 3 probably. There's like 4 times as many new people signing up than like 4 years ago. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, yeah, we can't, like, you used to like guarantee like first timer sign ups, and now it's like so hard because that's how big like comedy's getting. You know, there's like 15, 20 new, and this is like Minneapolis, like small scene, like New York, Chicago, LA, it's just fucking like bananas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's podcasting. So it's like the best and worst thing.
Yeah, you're getting guys like me who was in podcasting is like, oh, I should get into comedy now.
But it's great too. Like it's like I want to get into podcasting. Like it's fantastic, but it's definitely like change. Like when there's such a big like change in a game, in like the game, it's like it creates like a lot of weird shit as well.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's always problems that come with
big change and like big boom and like entertainment and shit like that. Yeah.
And then you have like the Netflix whole era, which is just like expanded people's ability to get more and more of their live specials out there.
Yeah.
So like the ability to put out content now it's so heavy. And
they're cutting back. Netflix is cutting back because no one was watching the specials. They put out like 2016 was like fucking crazy. Like I don't know if you remember, there was like so many specials and no one watched like any of them. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, it's weird.
And if they did, they watched it for 20 minutes and then were like, this is funny, but not enough to keep me around for an hour 10.
It's so fucking crazy. No one watches anything that's like an hour long. Like everyone watches like their 4 comedians, they'll watch their specials.
Yeah.
And like nobody's out. Even like a late night set. No one watches like a late night set. You know, if you get like a Conan or something like that, like it's more Joe Rogan. It being on Joe Rogan's like Instagram story, like if Joe Rogan sees you do a set and puts you on his Instagram story, that's bigger than like almost any late night. Like that's how crazy, like just the game.
The scene is flipped.
It's flipped.
Oh yeah, when Joe Zimmerman came here about 3-4 months ago, they introduced him as he's done a few Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Tonight Show specials.
Yeah.
And if he would have said he's been on the Joe Rogan podcast, I would have been like, oh, I'm listening to that right when I get off this set.
Yeah.
Yeah. And versus going, I'm not going to tune into his Tonight Show 15-minute special.
No.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But like Mark Norman, who is in town this week, 23rd to 26th or whatever, he's at Acme.
Yeah.
I looked to go buy tickets because he was on Rogan, he was on The Fighter and the Kid, he was like on there promoting all of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
His like 3 or 4 of his shows are already sold out.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, and you know, is it Jason Schultz, the guy who made
Andrew Schultz?
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
That guy, he's a newer comic from New York who kind of made his name a little differently.
Yeah, he's changed the game too. Just he figured out like no one's watching specials and just like posting clips.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I think his model
Yeah,
he did it on YouTube.
But there's an economy for all this stuff, and that one's
Yeah.
already like busted as well because now everyone does their clips with the captions. So there's like a small window of time where like that shit works, and then after it gets filled up, after.
It's saturated, and then people.
It's saturated.
People don't appreciate it
there's
much.
no demand for it anymore because like it's happening a lot. So it's like, you got to figure out all these ways, these like small windows, to fucking capitalize, and hopefully you can get a pop. You know what I mean?
What I do appreciate is how helpful everyone has been, like from the top, at least from my perspective.
Yeah,
I feel like comedians are not trying to like prevent other people from getting on their podcasts or stop them from getting on Netflix and stuff like that. They're actively pursuing like, hey, you need to get this person out there.
It's one of the great things. Like like everything I've gotten is through like other comics. You know what I mean? And like say like I pass up. So I just started like featuring at clubs, and say like I gotta pass up on a feature set. Like I'm kind of like looking like, all right, who hasn't featured, and like, but like can like do that time, and then you just kind of like pass that off. You know what I mean? That's how comics generally are, good ones and nice ones. Because it's like, well, I'm fucking like just if I can't do it, I'm just gonna like spread it and build, and everybody eats shit.
Yeah. Well, I think you're trying to build an empire, and I don't think a lot of people know that.
No.
Going from plasma to an empire. So no, take me back to when you're slanging plasma. And you're chain smoking down to Rochester to Goonies.
Yeah.
And you're starting to catch wind of like you're enjoying this. You're finding a little bit of success. How was that, and what were you doing during that time frame to like stay in it and keep yourself motivated?
I was just like listening to a lot of comedy, just like going back and listening to a lot of comedy albums, and like writing, just like staying in my dorm, like just reading a lot, not the comedy books, but just like reading a lot in general, like just doing a lot of writing and stuff, and it was the only thing I liked. Like my whole problem was like I didn't like anything. I didn't really like school that much. I don't. Nothing's like working for me. I'm like, oh, this works for me. I like this. I'm pretty good, and so I would kind of do like at that time, like there'd be like maybe like a coffee shop, like a slam poetry thing, and I would like. Like one time, this might not be funny. Well, it's pretty funny. Okay, so it was like this like slam poetry, and there's like this black woman, and she does like this beautiful like slam poem. Like someone probably just got shot by the police, and it's like powerful and it's great, and everyone's like fucking yeah. And then like I'm like 19, I'm like, yeah. Anyways, my dick's weird, and or whatever I'm doing at the time, and so it was like a lot of those things, but. Ultimately, I was like, I got to move back to Minneapolis and then start doing stand-up there. And so I was about 20, 19 going on 20 when I moved back. And then I really got going, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. That's awesome.
Would you say your material, you couldn't really build off your material, or you couldn't really expand on stuff when you were down in southern Minnesota because there really just wasn't like an audience for you to get feedback, and you knew you had to be in a bigger location? Yeah,
I was, yeah, and you don't really know what you're doing. You don't really know, and I wasn't doing it enough either. So like that's why when I kind of really started at like 20, because that's when you're like doing it all the time and like really figuring it out. But yeah, you're kind of just like all over the place. It's hard to like figure it out, And I mean, honestly, podcasting helped a lot. I wasn't listening to podcasts at all because I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to anybody talk. You know what I mean? It sounds ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Even though it's great. I found out I like them a lot and stuff like that. And So when you're not like listening to the podcast and you're like, you're doing just like a lot of weird stuff on stage. You know what I mean? I had my guitar. I was doing like a lot of musical stuff.
You're kidding.
Yeah, like a lot of kind of like trying to do like Dimitri Martin-esque type shit, and just like really absurd stuff. And then what you figure out is at one point in stand up, and I'm still figuring that out obviously, but at one point you figure out like when you're the funniest. You know what I mean? And like it'd be at like a party or whatever, and I'm just like riffing or like yucking it up, and it's like, oh, this is like when I'm the funniest. So it's like I just gotta figure out how to do this into jokes on stage. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a lot of weird. You go through a lot of weird stages. You know what I mean? That's why like I don't judge you when you are kind of doing like a Sebastian-esque thing. There's like no, because like I get it. I was like I went through. God, I don't even know how many, before you kind of even start like figuring out your voice. I'm not even there yet. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I have no.
It's probably
voice.
gonna take like 10 years or whatever.
My problem right now is, I'll go to an open mic and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see Tommy, I'm gonna see Russell Nelson, I'm gonna see all these different people that I see every single time I go. It's like, okay, I can go up and try the jokes that like I'm working on.
Yeah.
But when first off, I don't even know if those are good. But then I'm like, oh God, like those guys hear those jokes all the time. Like I'd much rather work to kind of please them. But really, at the end of the day, like that's not really what you're
that was
doing.
my problem too. You're working a lot. Say you're working 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
You're podcasting. You said you're on the road podcasting. That's like those things are. There's a lot going on. That was my problem because I was in school. I dropped out of school at 21, or maybe on maybe like before I turned 22. So pretty recent, like a year and a half ago or something. And it's one reason like I stopped going to school because I started getting gigs and I was like, I just gotta fucking go all in on this because I was working all the time. I was in class and then I was staying out and doing open mics and trying to get in a relationship, you know what I mean? And you're like figuring out all that shit and it like 19 to 20 in Minneapolis, I'm like, I was just like doing way too much. So it was like really hard to like get going in comedy. I was a slow starter. Some people start comedy and then just boom, it's it, and then they're there every night. And that wasn't me. I think that's one of the things about starting younger too. It's you
have a little bit of a leeway
because you're trying to like figure it out, and it's like, well, maybe schools work out and it doesn't work out. Yeah, and I was like,
right.
I was working at a bar for a little bit too, so like my nights, I was like in school during the day and like working a bar at night, so I could only like hit like 2 open mics a week. Yeah, similar to you. Yeah,
but that's like what I look forward to, man. The one thing that I'm just trying to be more appreciative of is like I love it. Like I know it's hell to show up at these open mics sometimes, and you're like the last guy, and you wait until you're 11:45 to go up and tell a dick joke when no one's listening. Like, that does sound shitty in retrospect, but I love it. I think it's fun as shit.
Yeah, it's man, it's draining though, dude.
It's very
fucking draining. Man, because I'm there, like I still go all the time. You know, I'm pretty active, and then doing shows on the weekends and stuff. And it's like you're just. I mean, it's comedy. It's the best and the worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to be like, this shit sucks. You know. But yeah, I mean, I love it too.
Yeah. Right now, I'm trying to build. So KJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's coming on the podcast next week, but I'm opening for him at a show.
Yeah. You
November
guys have
9th.
Such similar styles.
Somewhat. Yeah. I don't know. I have 10 minutes. I've never had 10 minutes before. I'm like,
oh shit,
how in the shit am I gonna do this?
Yeah, I think I did my first 10 like a year in. It'll be fine. It'll be great. You'll love it.
I can't wait.
You're gonna go?
As a bystander, it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
I'm so nervous. Because I get what 3 to 5 minutes.
Film it for the Backpocket Instagram page.
Oh yeah.
Well,
content's an all the time thing.
Put a couple clips out.
Mm-hmm. Well, captions and all.
Captions and all, dude. This is what I'm doing. I'm putting out a clip of my stand up, and the caption below it's just the "Lose Yourself" lyrics by Eminem. So I'm like doing a. And it's just like, and then the caption's just like, his palms are sweaty.
Mom spaghetti.
Knees weak. Oh, yeah, vomit on his sweater
already.
I think that's just so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna do I'm just gonna do the first New Testament first lines of the Bible for the captions.
Little Genesis.
Yeah, the little dude. Captions are so funny.
That you got to, because they get so. I mean, if you're actually doing captions, it's the driest thing.
Which we do all the time.
It's the funny thing is then when a thing that Schultz thing and the videos blow up, and then everyone starts doing it, and I'm just gonna fucking make fun of this. It's so ridiculous,
I actually do like that. I think that's also why KJ asked me to do it, because I was like, hey, I can film this thing. I'll put some content for you together, because none of those older guys really understand any of the social media or anything. And I was like, let me just help you understand how all of this works. Yeah. What is that next thing? I don't know. Maybe I should put, maybe Bohemian Rhapsody behind KJ's stuff. I think that would work. That'd be a hit.
Yeah.
When are you putting this out? And I gotta share it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I was featuring for Brody the other week.
Okay.
And just him blogging or vlogging. He's vlogging and just he's just like, man, this shit's so fucking dumb, man. I can't believe I got it. And then just like, what's up, guys? Just seeing like Brody like try and vlog. I was like, hell yeah, this is the best. It's so funny.
Oh man,
I think that's one thing that just like people don't understand is like if you can just if you're gonna vlog, just be yourself while you're vlogging. Don't put on this facade of like, oh yeah, like this is like I'm acting like a million people are watching.
Yeah, and you gotta shit out content now. I guess that's just like the way to do it. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. We've kind of tiptoed around. We've shelled out a ton of content this year, and it's like, I don't know how. It's definitely worth it for sure. But
how many listeners do you guys have?
We get about 6,000, 7,000 a month.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Yeah, they like it. They want consistency.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So
I think and I was just thinking about this, like this year as we kind of come to a close, like, will we ever do 3 podcasts
I just
again?
burped into the mic.
Yeah, that was
it was
good,
a week. It was a week. I'll try to get a better one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
that
a better
one's
one
weak.
because that one.
You gotta go over Declan's voice.
Yeah.
Can't do it. I can't force myself.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
burp.
don't force it.
Can you burp on command?
Your face got red.
No.
Yeah. Can you burp on command?
No.
Damn, dude. 3 guys can't. None of us can burp on command.
We're not motherfuckers as much as we think we are.
God, this is terrible.
But
Yeah.
oh, you're trying.
Yeah,
you guys.
Has anyone farted on mic?
No one's done the old like just
not into the mic.
Yeah.
That might be
if I have one coming, I'd be really
don't
excited.
warn us.
I know I'm not gonna warn you. I'm just gonna do it.
Okay.
But
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
I like that content. That's good. See, that's called shelling out content. Like if you do that, that's a
dude.
post
I
right
love
there.
a fart in the mic.
I love what I do. My name's Tommy Bayer. Something like that.
Hell yeah.
That's good shit. But like interviewing 3 people a week for now 40 weeks or whatever it's been. Like, will I ever do that again? Probably not, because it's
a lot,
it's
dude.
taxing. But as we've been like putting together our live show where we're inviting like all our old guests and stuff, and I'm shelling out emails, I'm like, oh my God, this is taking me an hour to send out one email because I'm compiling all the different people that we've met.
Yeah.
It's like it was almost necessary for us to do that to like put ourselves on the map.
Yeah.
Now that we're on the map more, we have met and pretty much had conversations with over 100 people that are within 5 miles of here.
Yeah.
It's been super helpful, and now it's just like
and you can kind of slow down a little bit.
We can slow down.
Be
smarter about the content, smarter about where we put the content, what actually goes out there. So I mean, it's just gonna become more calculated.
Yeah, I ran a weekly comedy show for like a year and a half, and it was just fucking hell. It's just like, we were weekly for like 8 months or something like that, and then we went to monthly. But it was just sending emails, booking people, getting people in the door. Whatever, just promote, setting up, making sure shit works, writing bits and characters. Yeah, it was a mess.
How is writing? Like, what is your writing style? And that's something that I'm just kind of like oblivious to. I see Declan like writes. But I'm curious from your standpoint, like what's your like methodology behind writing?
Yeah, I'll if something will make me laugh. I'll jot it down. Figure out why it made me laugh. I'll like write it in my notes. I'll just write down like I wrote in my notes today, like friend, teacher, suck my pussy, bitch, which is like a bit I'm working on. But like the key words. I mean, if you look at any comics notes, it's like a manifesto. It's like it's a mess. You know what I mean? So I'll write it down, and then I'll write out the beats on paper. So it's like, this is why it's funny. Here's the premise. Here's this. Here's a joke. Here's a twist. And then, work it out on stage. If it hits, then I'll throw it in a Google. I'm pretty meticulous, more than other comics. Like one of my best friends, Ahmed, one of my favorite comics in the scene. He just like goes up there, works it out on stage, and it's great. He crushes with it. I'm more like, okay, we got to start here. We'll move it into a Google Docs. I'll work it out there.
Throw it up in the cloud.
Film it, record it. That riff work. Add that. I like. I'll write it. Okay. But then sometimes I'm just like, I'll wing it as well. I don't know. It all depends.
I like that. I need to start. I kind of like the Google, like you put in like a Google Doc, I assume, of like all my jokes that fuck type thing.
Yeah. I'll also like save every like scrap. I'll save every scrap. I have like a manila folder with like just like scraps of like napkins and stuff like that of like set lists. Because like you looked through old set lists like 3 years ago and you're like, oh shit, I forgot about that one. I can't believe I was doing that one. And then like you build off that too, you know. So I come back to old things, you know. Yeah, a lot of that going on, and then work it out on stage.
So when you have like a 30-minute set, how do you physically build out joke by joke?
Yeah, so I have like a Google Doc that's a feature set. I have a Google Doc every joke I've ever written, you know, that I can remember. So terrible ones, good ones, and then I have a Google Doc just like bits to work on. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then if something's really hitting at like Mike's, take it to Comedy Corner. Take it to a showcase. If it's still hitting, I'll throw it in the feature set. Yeah.
Boom.
So it takes like a couple months, and then I work that out in like long form if I'm doing like a half hour. So.
Damn. That is sweet.
But some people just go up and wing it, and it works for them as well. So I don't know. You can figure out your way.
I mean, yeah, you can. I would say most people can wing it.
Yeah.
Like if you're comfortable on stage and it's 3 minutes, like you can wing it. But my struggle, I guess, is I have like too many things that I build out. I feel like I have like not too many jokes, but I'm trying to try too many different things.
Yeah.
Do you work on like one joke for a long time, or if it doesn't work the first time, you're like, all right, bag it?
I alternate because you're working out on stage, so I'll alternate. So say this week I'm going to you know, so I did Blarney's, Mike, Eric the Red, you know, not doing a Mike tonight, and then I'll do Sisyphus and Comedy Corner. So there's like my 4 mics, you know, that I'll hit this week. And then I'll do it like a Saturday show or whatever, maybe Sunday show. But like those are like the 4 mics I'm doing this week. I'll work on these jokes at these mics, but then I'll switch up the set and do a different. If I'm hitting the same mics, I'll do different jokes next week because it's the same comics at the. Because I have no problem making comics laugh. You know, you can make comics laugh. You know, but you just, you know, and then the next week they'll forget about the stuff from 2 weeks ago. So then so I'll alternate between weeks, like what I'm working on. Like so I'll have like a new 5 going. For each week. Each week, and you work between the two. And then after a month, you got. And then maybe only like 1 or 2 jokes are working within that 5 minutes. So those 2 jokes, which is like 2.5 minutes long, those will go into like showcase sets. So I'll sneak them in within like bits that are like, you know, fleshed out and working. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to hear all this. This is good studying up.
Yeah, every comic's got to find their own process. You can only do what you can do. Like you can't do anything. Like everything.
This isn't like the bulletproof model, is what you're saying.
Everything, and like also like when comics are like, oh, do you have an advice? What the advice the comic's gonna give you is just what they do. You know what I mean? Ultimately, you gotta figure out
what works for them.
Yeah, I don't have advice for Declan. I have advice for me. If 5% works, then cool. You know, but if none of it works, then that's also great too. That means your process is completely different, and that's every comic is only doing what they can do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Makes sense.
I absolutely love this industry, and like when people like you, and then we've had Eli Ruffer on, and
he's so absurd and great.
He's absurd and great.
Yeah.
He sat here and he just like quiet, but at the same time like super witty, and just blew me out of the water.
We did an entire, what was it, like a 3-minute bit on coffee shop etiquette.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Just awesome. Like his like wittiness, we just played off him for 3 minutes.
And we had like Lisa and Khadija, and then like so I get to hear that stage of comedians, and then I get to listen to Joe Rogan and Brendan Schaub and all these guys and where they're at.
Yeah.
And then you can consume like the stupid shit on Netflix where it's like comedians getting coffee, and hear Jerry Seinfeld talk to all these comedians.
Yeah.
And they have all these stories and so much like appreciation for each other of grinding through things and moving up in this industry and finding a way. And like I just like, if I can be in some sort of lane like that, I'll never do comedy, but if like just in a lane of like public speaking and just like building up your brand so that people like you have that type of story, I think that's one of the coolest things you can do in life.
Yeah. Do you want to do public speaking?
Yes.
What do you do right now?
I do digital marketing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What kind of public speaking do you want to get into?
Probably like high school level. middle school, just kind of like motivational, inspirational type.
A lot
things.
of turning the chair over and go, let me rap to you guys.
Yes.
let me rap to you guys really quick, and then they'll be like, damn, this guy's cool.
Mom spaghetti.
This guy, man, this teacher's cool as shit, man. It like helps. It's so weird how comedy's like interesting. You know, I get like people are like interested in it. You know, it's really strange. It's taken a little turn in like the last few years. You know what I mean? But it used to be like the worst thing you could possibly commit your life to.
It was like bottom of the barrel. Like you're doing comedy, you've got nothing left.
You can't play a fucking instrument. You're at the lowest form of entertainment. And now it's like this is high entertainment. I don't know. I would like somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's also weird to be like, oh, you do comedy? That's so cool. And I'm like, no, you should literally cut me off of your life right now. Like this is not. I don't know.
Come hang out with me on a Wednesday night, and that's what comedy is. Like
it sucks. It's so bad.
Well, have you seen the movie The Joker?
Dude, The Joker fucking ruled, dude. I love The Joker.
What a bad look for open mic comics.
Dude, The Joker was so funny because, like, so I'm not, like, a comic book fan or anything. Like, I don't really, like, care about, like, comic books. They're fun movies. Yeah, I don't, like, diss Marvel movies. You know, they're just fine. Whatever. So when, like, the Joker trailer came out, I was like, oh, cool, like, Joker, that seems fun. But then, like, CNN was like, Joker's for like white men, and I'm like, oh wait, this was our shit. I didn't even know this was our. Let me call my boys up. Like I didn't even know this.
Is this the anthem?
I was like, wait, dude, I didn't even know this movie was for me and my boys. Like I gotta hit the guys, the fellas
hit
up.
My motherfuckers up.
Hit my dudes. Like CNN was like, Joker's for white male incels. I was like, dude, that's me, dude. What? That's fucking my. Thank you, CNN. I didn't even know this was my shit. Like I guess. All right. I guess I'll see it.
So you saw it.
It's fantastic. It is a great movie, and I mean it's like it's Taxi Driver and like The King of Comedy. It's like those remakes, but it's like it was a great movie, and they had to make it The Joker because the only reason you get a movie made in Hollywood is through like comic book shit. You know, that's the only reason you can get like funding. But I don't even think it was. I got some hot takes on The Joker, but ultimately the movie fucking ruled.
Can we dive into these hot takes?
Dude, let's dive in.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
So here's my take. It's not a Joker origin story of the comic book Joker. It's the Joker origin story of someone who idolizes. It's the Joker story of someone who idolizes like a Heath Ledger Joker. It's the story of like that guy who's in his room and isolated and suffers from mental illness. It's about that guy and they all like. The points in the movie where like about like Bruce Wayne, that's just like for the side. It has nothing really to do with like the story or whatever. Yeah. It's the origin story of someone in real life here in today's society who thinks like Heath Ledger, like want to watch the world burn type shit. Also, it's a movie about like class warfare, which I think is cool. So, and you know, it had some funny moments.
Yeah, some funny moments, but at the same time, you're catching yourself laughing. You're like, I should not be laughing.
It's grim, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's grim. Dude, I went to the theater, and there was a white guy getting arrested outside the theater.
Oh, man.
Because I thought it was, like, all hype of just, like, checking, like, there's going to be people. And I don't even know what was going on. I don't even know the whole story. But, like, I was like, God, it's so dumb how they're, like, making this, like, a shooter thing. Also, the Aurora... that guy wasn't even inspired by the Joker. He just had green hair. Like if you ask him, that's like a whole myth. If you ask him, like he was like, no, I don't care about the Joker at all. I'm just a psycho or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, there's like a weird white guy getting like arrested outside the theater, and I was like, oh damn, like CNN was right. Like
this is it.
I was like,
yeah, there was a pair of cops when we went.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah,
right in the entrance.
I snuck a White Claw in the theater, and I was like, oh shit. Like, this is my Joker moment. If they catch me with this White Claw, it's over for me. Like,
yeah, this dude in the front had a full burrito from Chipotle, and
that's his Joker moment.
That's his Joker moment.
I popped a mango White Claw. I cracked open a mango White Claw in the theater, and I was like, the Joker, bitch. And then I was sipping my White Claw, and I was such a badass.
I love that. That's a good take, though. I agree to the standpoint of,
and it's like cool. I don't know. It's like dope. It's just a good movie.
Yeah.
Well, you're spot on when you say Taxi Driver-esque. Like,
yeah.
I was just picturing Robert De Niro going insane the whole time.
Yeah.
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 And that psycho music that just on repeat. And what's crazy is like Todd Phillips, the director of that, is the same one that put together The Hangover and Old School. Like this is his first movie that was any resemblance of seriousness.
Yeah.
So I think that was just like really just like on brand for what the product was that was put out.
Yeah, it was kind of cool because you said like they almost snuck in a movie.
They snuck in a great movie. You could have had that exact same movie and not have it been at all about the Joker. Because the guy's not, he doesn't like resemble what like the Joker villain is. The Joker villain is like this mastermind. This guy's like an idiot. This guy's like, he's just like a mentally ill, his character, he's like a dumbass. He doesn't care about anything. He just like, is like, he's just suffering from schizophrenia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was just cool. It was fun. Dude, the scene where the midget's getting out, or I should say little person, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, where he's like unlocking the door, great bit. Fantastic physical comedy there. Okay?
Unbelievable.
Like
right after what happened too.
Right, I was like, this is great.
I will forever remember that scene. If I watch the movie again or not, that will be the one that goes down in history for me.
Yeah.
That was insane. But yeah, I think what you're getting at too is just like this Joker, quote unquote. I mean, he was just a normal guy who ended up becoming the Joker. But I'm
so stoked. I'm on a podcast right now talking about the Joker. This is the shit right here.
This is Nirvana.
This is Nirvana for me. All I want to do is get on a podcast with my boys and hash out the Joker.
The motherfuckers are in the room, and we're just hashing out.
I want to get my boys together and talk about the Joker. So.
Yeah, fuck you, Mark Maron.
Fuck you, Mark.
Fuck you, Mark Maron, you piece of shit, dude. He was in the Joker.
Yep.
He was?
Yeah, he was Murray's stage manager or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's also Robert De Niro. He was the guy that tried to not let the guy on. He's
classic
like, this guy's
fucking Maron.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That stupid bitch. I'm starting beef with Maron, dude.
Yeah. All the millions of these podcast listeners. Unbelievable. You're making waves all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know. What were you guys' main thoughts?
I to your point, I just thought they did a phenomenal job of like making it a relatable, like from a relatable person. Like when the movie first starts, he's got the schizophrenia thing where he's laughing and stuff, but I mean, he's like in the clown industry. He's working through it, getting bullied, doing like going through like regular dude stuff, and you can see where
regular. They should have named the joke. Okay, this is what the Joker's title should have been. It should have been called The Joker, Regular Dude Stuff. That's what they should have called it.
That'll be the second one.
Yeah.
But do you agree? I mean, it was just like it was so easy to see where the things went wrong because there are certain things like that happen in your own life where things don't go your way and you're like, all right, I got to figure this out. Now that it's the Hollywood version of it and it's Joker, these things are building and building and building and building, and all of a sudden he pulls the trigger on a dude who's some frat boy, some motherfucker in the train who's making fun of him, and then it was boom, that was it.
Yeah.
And then it catapulted him into this oblivion.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's insane.
Yeah, I love like just movies in general. Like I've seen them all the ones on top IMDb and all that shit. And this is like up there for cinematography, screenplay, just insane, well put together. And then Joaquin Phoenix, I mean, just to transform himself.
Looks so good. So skinny,
just
so good.
Good looking gentleman, a strapping young man.
Looks so good in that.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any takeaway you should have in the Joker's that you should want to smash Joaquin Phoenix because that's how good he was looking. So that's
not smash his brains in.
No. Smash it from the back is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because Joaquin Phoenix kind of a dime piece. So I'll say that right now.
Yeah.
Did
he lose weight for that?
Oh yeah.
He had to have, right?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
See him as Johnny Cash. He's a healthy man.
Healthy, a little more filled out.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I like the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix. I don't think I can get behind a more full Joaquin.
He also played Julius Caesar.
Oh yeah.
Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. It was honestly like, God, it was like so dumb. Just like online, people are just like, this movie's for like incels. It's just like, this, shut up. Like, it's like CNN wants someone to shoot up a theater because they keep making articles about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, everyone's got their own freaking take, so it's like you never really know.
Tommy over here, you got your hot take, and people are gonna come after you now. Just be
come at me,
ready.
dude.
Yeah.
Fucking come, dude. I don't know. The main takeaway should just be like it was just a cool movie.
Yeah.
You know?
The fact that was clouded as a superhero movie and how real it felt was, I mean, that's the takeaway right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, average guy stuff with the Joker. We're a bunch of average guys here.
It's just the Joker is just some dudes being dudes.
Some dudes being dudes, and
it's just guys being guys. And there's what more can you want?
Yeah. If Arthur was recording a podcast, you'd have been like, "That's on brand."
Can you imagine?
Just blast your whole career, comedian, podcaster, up on screen right there.
Oh my God! Right? Watching that, I was just like, oh man, this is kind of what I'm trying to get into, and I don't know if people are gonna appreciate that now.
Yeah, I think it was good for comedy though, because you were just talking how people are looking at it highly, and they were giving it a lot of respect, and then you should just direct them towards the Joker and be like, "This is how we all feel."
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that.
Okay, that was a leap.
A big leap.
I didn't build a bridge underneath.
No bridge.
We're crashing.
That's another problem. I don't want comics to watch the Joker and be like, "This is it," because it's not also it, But there is that guy in like every comedy scene who's just completely delusional. It's so crazy in comedy. You'll meet your best friends and people that like you love so much, and they're so funny to hang out with it. And then like on the opposite side of the spectrum, you're just like, this man is losing it right now at this open mic, and it's insane. So it is kind of a little accurate. You do get those weirdos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. How many? Every mic, every week, there's like some guy who's like just like unhinged,
Yeah, well, he gets unhinged when his one joke that he prepared for bombs, and then he goes off the rails.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen to myself. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
But anyways, what I was getting at is a bunch of dudes, bunch of average guys here. I would like to know what your average quality is. So, did you see the questions when I sent them to you?
No, God, no.
Okay.
We'll prep you for this
Yeah,
one.
we usually botch that because it's in the notes of the calendar invite, and we've realized that no one really looks at the notes in the calendar invite. But hey,
damn, sorry guys.
No.
We'll
That's on
prep
us.
you.
I didn't prepare.
No,
I think
no.
we might.
Okay, wait.
Let's get out of
what
here. We gotta go.
Let's go.
No longer a dude.
Guys, let's go just see the Joker. Let's just fucking abandon.
Yeah. Let's go chain smoke outside.
Let's go get
and talk about it.
8 o'clock show, man. Wait, average quality?
Yeah.
Average quality is something you do well at times and other times not so well. At the end of the day, it's your average quality.
Burping.
On command?
Burping on command. Average. Wait. So, okay, something I do.
So this is something that like you care about, but you're not really that good at yet.
Oh, something like I want to be good at?
Yeah, but you're just not there.
I don't know, like everything. I feel like I don't like try a lot of things.
Maybe like pulling off those yellow pants.
That's like one thing. I was like, put on these yellow pants. I was like, you can't pull this off, man.
Not on this podcast.
I was like, who do you think? Oh, you're a yellow pants guy now? That's who you are? And I'm like, no, babe, wear the pants. You like the pants.
Wear the fucking pants.
Go for the pants, man. Okay. Yellow pants is one of them. Basketball's kind of one.
That's shocking.
I played basketball in high school. I wanted to be fantastic at basketball, and I was like very, very down the road average. Maybe that's it.
Were you the guy who tried shooting all the threes that like everybody got mad at before it became popular?
No, I was I didn't hit my I was like good in middle school. I didn't hit my growth spurt till I was like 16. So I was like 5 foot. I was like on the freshman basketball team, and I was like 5 foot tall, and I was just getting bullied. I think I weighed like 95 pounds, and then so I quit basketball because I was like, I'm never gonna grow. This is terrible, And then like I grew, and now I'm like 6 feet now, and then I had like a senior. I was like, but that was the one thing where I was like, I want to be great at basketball, but I was like very down the road,
How about currently? Is there anything currently that you're like, I could get better at? Comedy?
I don't know.
There you go. Yeah. I love when people say what their like quote unquote profession is. Like when they say if you're a DJ and they're willing to admit like, oh yeah, I'm an average DJ. I'm really not there yet. Comedy, same thing. Would you say you're an average barista?
No, I'm a bad barista.
Bad barista, just flat out.
I'm okay.
Wait, you're a barista?
I used to be a barista. I quit my job recently.
Okay.
Tommy's unemployed. He came on the podcast so he could kind of vest the interest of all the other listeners for a job. Is that correct? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
yeah, I don't know. Just give me free money, man. I don't know. Book me on shows. I'm terrible at math. I want to be like good at like fast math, like quick addition and stuff like that, and it just like doesn't compute in my brain. Like I watched like Good Will Hunting in high school, and then I like took my ACT like a week later. I'm like, man, you could be like, this could be you, man. And then like bombed the ACT, like got like a 20 or something like that. I'm like, damn, you're just terrible at shit, You're
really not Robin Williams.
Yeah, I'm nobody.
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'll answer that. I think I'm down the road average at almost everything.
I like that.
I don't think I like excel in one thing. So
all right, I'll give you. Don't sell yourself short now, Tommy.
Yeah.
I think you are above average at being yourself.
Thank you.
Because you came in here and this hour long, 58 minutes in.
Well, it's been here for an hour and
Yes.
Hour and 50 minutes?
And
15?
No, we're at
58.
an hour.
We're at an hour.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
And you are yourself, and that's why these are the podcasts that I love the most, because the dude comes in.
Yeah.
I meet you for the first time, shake your hand. You come up here. We're setting a bunch of stuff up. We're shooting the shit for 5-10 minutes, and then we get to talk for an hour, and I get to learn about you and your story.
Yeah.
And it was so smooth, so casual. You are exceedingly above average at being yourself.
This is a compliment my mom would give me. You're
and your
good.
mom's
no,
right.
You're good, honey. You're good at being yourself. You're good at being yourself.
And you can always hold that in your back pocket.
Come on, Tommy.
And my dad's just like shaking his head, like fucking.
Should have went to college. God damn it.
Should have finished college. This associate's degree bullshit.
Well, congrats.
He's
That's
wearing his
huge.
fucking yellow pants.
So
God damn
wearing these fucking yellow pants. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
2 siblings.
Older, younger?
Older and a younger. I'm middle.
Nice.
Okay, there you go.
Me as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are they up to? Are they as funny as you? Doesn't seem like it.
They're funny. My whole family's pretty funny. I love my brothers. I get along with them really well. My little brother lives in Brooklyn, and he works at a double Michelin star restaurant. He's a cook. He's
Wow.
he's 21, just turned 21. Yeah, he grinds super hard. He's the best. Older brother, he produces music and codes and fixes up does some odd jobs, fixes up cars and sells them, but yeah.
That's sick.
Your family dynamic, that's dope. You got a culinary, you got the comedian, and you have your musician handyman.
He's fantastic at music stuff.
Together, you guys.
Blush, check out Blush on Spotify.
Okay, all right, we'll
Yeah.
fire that up.
How do you spell that?
VLUSH.
Beautiful.
Wow, I love that. Okay, next question is, what is in your back pocket? So you're pretty much average at everything, but what is like one thing when?
It's a gun. This is my Joker moment. You know what, Declan? You know what? And yeah.
I've had enough.
Yeah.
These fucking floral chairs.
Yeah.
God damn it. But what would be like the one thing in your back pocket, I guess, that you're in a tough situation, pressure's becoming stress, anxiety's rising. What do you kind of rely on? What kind of mental attribute or thing that you have in your back pocket that helps you come out on top in those situations?
If I'm stressed,
Yeah, if you're stressed out.
run. Go on a run. Exercise helps a lot with anxiety and stuff like that. Go on a run.
How far are you running nowadays?
I just do 3 miles. I don't run really to get in shape. I run so I don't go fucking crazy. I run for like mental health reasons. You know what I mean?
I like that. Do
Yeah.
you believe in like the runner's high?
No, absolutely not.
Maybe you just haven't reached it yet.
Yeah, you got to run longer than 3 miles.
You're holding yourself back, Tommy.
You might be right.
Can you say like you're gonna run the marathon someday or something so we can have that
I'm never
for content purposes?
I'm never gonna run a marathon.
Okay.
We got
My
that. We got
buddy-
that for
my-
content because you're
my-
gonna run a one.
My buddy ran a double Ironman a couple weeks ago. A double Ironman. It took him like 34 hours. He slept like 2 hours. He was like delirious afterwards.
I can
That
imagine.
doesn't excite you?
I'm gonna. You know what? I might do it.
Yeah,
I
start
might,
with a half.
Yeah, start with just the Iron Man, half of the double Iron Man,
and Iron Man. Or maybe a half marathon. 13.
Run. I'll go run. Go run. Go do stand up. Grab a beer. Those things help anxiety wise.
Okay.
Yeah. Like meditate. Read.
Ooh, you meditate.
Yeah, that's bullshit stuff like that.
Yeah. How long do you meditate for?
I'm bad at it. I can only do like 15.
That's still pretty good.
15 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah, it's tough.
It is tough.
It's tough. I don't do it enough either.
Sure.
I need to do it more for sure. You always tell me to meditate. Have you been meditating a ton recently?
I have. I downloaded the app. I invested in it.
Yeah, I used to have the app too.
Mm-hmm.
Which app is this?
Insight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Insight Reminder, I think, is the full name of the app. Yeah.
Okay. How many? What? Every day or
every day? 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's consistent.
Yeah.
I need something like that.
It's tough. People go to an hour. It's like, what are you doing?
How do you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get hungry.
Yeah.
Whatever though.
Yeah.
It's a challenge to stay in meditation, and we like to challenge.
Ooh. I try to
close.
give another one.
You still got a couple more minutes here, so.
Yeah.
We challenge our day. We challenge ourselves every podcast through our guest. So we like to ask our guests who they want to see on the show to tap further into the Tommy Bayer network, realm, audience.
Yeah.
So who do you think you would be a great fit for the Back Pocket?
Oh, your next guest?
Yeah. Who do you think we should have
get Ahmed on?
Ahmed? Yeah, Ahmed Khalaf.
Get Ahmed Khalaf. He's got fucking crazy stories. Ask him about how he got to Somalia. It's a little dark, but he'll find some funny gems in there too. So also I like dark, especially he's really good at telling it. So ask him like how Ahmed Khalaf, he's a Minneapolis comic from San Diego, then moved kind of all over the world, and then now he's in Minneapolis for the past 6-something years. But ask him about that process. It's a good story.
Okay.
So
sweet.
Challenge accepted.
All right.
We'll get him on.
Yeah, absolutely. So
this
is the time where we like to congratulate ourselves on a great podcast.
Great podcast.
We
great pod,
crushed it.
boys.
Yeah, this was sweet. Yeah, and also one of these. Fuck you, Mark Maron. I just met you tonight.
Yeah.
And
talked about the Joker. We hit all the marks.
Yeah, we did it all.
We did it all.
Check.
Head to toe. But this is a time to open the door for you to ask us questions.
Okay. Yeah. Well, one, I want to know what what are you guys doing on the road for podcasting and stuff like that, and where do you see this whole thing building up to?
Okay, so on the road, when Andrew says that, when we have different bigger names, we'll take all of this equipment and go on the road wherever they are. So this on Monday, we were at Be the Match. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's like speaking of plasma and blood transfusion, it's it's basically it's full circle, but it's a company that or is an organization that connects different types of people with the same DNA, so that they could transfer their blood type and stem cells to save other people's lives.
Wow.
So like if you have sickle cell is like a good example.
Yeah.
Which is like predominant in like Hispanic and African Americans.
Yeah.
They go into this registry to find someone who has the same heritage as you, essentially, and then links you up with that person, and then they will take some of their stem cells through like a blood transfusion and send it to them, and then that helps basically saves their life.
Wow,
so,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, so we interviewed like the chief advancement officer, the person who goes out and...
Did you call him Chief the whole time?
I actually called her...
Chief?
I
Sorry,
called her...
I shouldn't assume it's him.
It's a him, yeah. Or it's a her.
It's a her.
Joy.
Yeah.
Her name's Joy King.
Did you go, Chief, let me ask you something.
Well, it's Chief Advancement Officer, which is CAO. So I asked her what it's like to be a cow.
That's pretty good.
What was it? What would you say?
We actually had to cancel the podcast right after that. She did not like it.
Yeah.
So it was probably one of my worst questions I've ever asked.
That's
on this podcast.
fantastic. What's a comedy podcast?
A comedy be a podcast. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
A comedy.
Oh man.
But yeah, that would be one example. We went to Steve Schussler, the founder of Rainforest Cafe. We went over to his office, which is like right over here in St. Louis Park.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, it was
a sight.
He
has all
insane.
his gizmos and gadgets there, like giant Mickey Mouse and Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
And he's got millions of pictures with famous people of
him
himself.
and Trump, him and Muhammad Ali. It's insane.
Both guys, similar ideologies all across the porn.
Yeah, right.
Trump and Muhammad Ali, they're like the same person. You know, when it comes down to it, to brass tacks. Anyways, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, those were the first two that came to his mind.
Yeah.
That's where he's at.
Yeah. Sorry.
We went to the state capitol and recorded a podcast with one of our
State senators. Karen Housley, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Karen Housley, not Karen. We called her Karen, and we screwed that up.
Yeah. We asked her about breastfeeding, which was sick.
Should
Breastfed or formula fed? What do you think is better? Were you breastfed or were you formula fed?
I was breastfed, I think.
Should we call your mom?
Yeah. Should we call your mom?
Yeah, we should call my mom.
Okay.
We got to confirm.
Should we call my mom?
Yeah, we got to call your mom.
Shoot your mom. Shoot your mom.
So while you're calling your mom, we'll fill in our new listeners. Andrew here was he was breastfed for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
And then my mom quickly realized I had a weak stomach, and she cut it off. She said, "We'll give you the formula now because you have a weak stomach."
And that's why you're balding.
Exactly. Potato.
He's got a full head of hair.
Oh yeah.
It's growing. It's coming back. Put it in the front of the mic.
Right here.
Front, not top. Right here, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Other side.
No. Other side of your phone. Other side of the mic, like this.
Like right in front of your nose. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Oh, sick, dude.
Come on.
She's gonna answer.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice.
Hopefully she calls back.
No, I'm gonna give her one more ring.
Give her another.
That way
ring.
she knows it's urgent.
Yeah.
That way she knows
Pressing.
it's an urgent question.
She's gonna answer. Deck. You
So,
want?
where do you guys think? How is this gonna build the pod? Like, where do you want to see it in the future? It was my next question.
Yes.
Okay.
We want to dominate the Twin Cities
Yeah.
and become a platform for people to come on here and like kind of launch their product, their career. Our closest friends, if they want to start their own company, they can come on here and just have like a sweet network.
Hello.
6.
Oh.
Damn it. Hopefully she calls back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is that a question you ask everybody? Breastfed?
Breastfed formula.
When it comes up, yeah.
Which is every episode.
Yeah. We've asked every mom.
Yeah.
Every mom we've had on, we've asked breastfed or formula.
I'm pretty sure breastfed.
That's what my mom said. My mom said, I was breastfed. No shocker there.
Yeah. Breast is best.
Breast
you
is best, my
you
mom
carry
says.
yourself like you stopped being breastfed at like 7.
I was breastfed for longer than I should have been. And not enough people know that.
Well, we can tell.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn obvious. But yeah, where this podcast is going, like, God, like Andrew said, the amplification platform of just like people that we want to hang out with, that are curious and come on the show, and like we can genuinely help whatever they're doing become bigger, more popular. Like the Joe Rogan effect, like you said, when Joe Rogan puts so-and-so's comic or so-and-so comedian on his story, right?
Dominating.
Just dominates.
You see, he had Edward Snowden on today.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I've listened to the first 50 minutes.
It's fucking crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Gosh. That guy's like, yeah.
That's like his first like full-length interview, or is it like his
Something,
first
yeah.
like long-form interview?
Yeah, 3 hours. And Joe had to go to wherever his secret location.
You're kidding.
No. This is the third time he's ever done it. He's done over 1,000 podcasts. The third time he's ever gone off-site.
Wow.
Wow.
Dude.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. But that's more or less what we're...
I'll listen to that one. I don't really listen to Rogan
You
or Marin at all, but that one's got to be really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, I think just in general, just amplification platform for people around here.
And ourselves.
Absolutely.
Because we're growing a brand here.
Yeah, we're trying to grow a brand, and that's the thing that's been...
Whatever that thing is.
Yeah, whatever that thing is. You know, we point at it and call it Backpocket, but really it's pointing back at us of like, hey, this is what you guys want to build it into.
Yeah.
And I kind of see it as like Andrew said, brand, definitely for sure. I just don't know where that's going to go.
I have another back pocket for like stress and stuff like that.
Okay.
I punch holes in my wall. I have holes everywhere. All over my... Yeah, just holes everywhere.
Are you a renter?
Huh?
Do you
I do rent, yeah.
Okay.
I do rent. And there's about 27 holes in my wall.
You're kidding.
Lucky 27.
Lucky 27.
See, you don't strike me as a guy who can like make a dent in a wall.
I punch, in every room I'm in, actually, I punch a hole in the wall before I leave.
Just to test it out?
Yeah.
Let's do one behind the cameras. Oh, you
Holy
ass.
shit. Went right through. I got to fix that one.
Yeah. So,
I don't know, but that's insane. The
no, I don't do that.
You don't.
Oh God, no.
I was gonna ask, like, do you know where to find? Have you ever hit a stud before? And did you punch through that?
Never hit it. I'm studless, actually.
Studless.
I have a good, yeah.
You are a stud, but you're not hitting.
Not hitting studs.
Got it. Wow.
Thank you.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
God bless.
God bless.
Well, any other questions or?
No, dude, this is fantastic. Thanks for having me on. This is great.
Awesome.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Well, this brings us to our final question. What did you learn today from the moment that you woke up to when we're having this conversation?
Yeah. What did I learn today? Oh boy, I learned. I read like a little synopsis of like a book of I forget who the author is, but just about how like the college education, how like the degree is becoming like a little bit worthless because they're sending everybody to college, and so just like the basic economy of having a degree is like
devalued.
It's just devalued because all the good jobs take degrees. Now everybody has degrees, so a degree is not as valuable. I mean, that's just like basic economics right there. So it's not as valuable anymore, and it's just screwing a lot of people over. And kind of how the institution of college kind of sucks. That's my dumb guy version of what I kind of read. So that's what I kind of was reading about today.
Nice. Was that Huck Finn, Mark Twain?
That is actually it was what's the book called? The one that Hitler wrote. What's that book called again?
Mein Kampf.
Yeah, I was reading Mein Kampf. Was what it was.
Of course.
Yeah, I was reading Mein Kampf. Mein Kampf.
Well, we'll cut you off right there.
Yeah. You actually can't look the way I do and just be like, yeah, I was reading Mein Kampf. Like that bit can't really. It doesn't really slide that well because people are gonna be like, was he reading Mein Kampf?
Right. It looks questionable because you got some mustard pants on as well.
Yeah. So. Fucking yellow pants. What am I doing?
No, you're killing it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, that was a hell of a way to finish a podcast.
Awesome.
You've been a hell of a guy.
Yep.
So thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks so much, guys.
That's a wrap.
All right, cool.
West Coast in my heart, right where I'm meant to from the start. It's so much warmer than the secrets you've been holding in. And don't you look at me sideways with those eyes.